Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Today I'm at my in-laws, helping to set up a garden bed here, a vegetable bed, and I want to share an insight with you guys. They do a few things differently, and I haven't been able to convince them otherwise, and I just want to talk about that for a little bit. So, I've been telling you guys about my videos, in my videos, about how I'm going to be doing a no-till garden and how I'm doing like back to Eden with mulch, and the importance of ground cover I've talked about in the last couple of videos. And I just want to show you, it's actually been drizzling just for a couple minutes. We should hopefully get some much needed rain, but like I've said before, we're just getting into the end of April. It's not even May yet, and the soil is just so incredibly dry. I've just dug this up. This is about maybe half a shovel's length deep, and you can just see that the soil is incredibly dry, even though it's been just drizzling on top of it. But you can see it's just really kind of brown and kind of clay-like, and it's just not moist at all. You can see a few places where it's been exposed before. I mean, it's just completely dried out. This is exactly what I was telling you about. When people plow their soil, this is what you end up having. Unless you plant something that is going to provide ground cover, or unless you've covered this with something else like straw or mulch or newspaper or some other type of thing to keep it moist, you're going to have to be watering this sucker pretty much every single day to a real good depth, so that you get all the roots. Sorry, I had to blow away a mosquito. So that you get the roots of your plants enough water. And I haven't been able to convince them that these other methods work. And I think most people who do traditional gardening and till their soil every spring, they're going to think that it's like the weirdest concept. Like, how do you make this work? I believe it, kind of based on all the stuff that I've read and done my research on, but I can't prove it. I can't show it in my own garden yet, because this is the first year where I'm going to be doing it. So, I have hopes that in the coming years, I'll be able to demonstrate this to my in-laws and other people I know to give this a shot and do it a different way. But until then, I gotta try to, do the best I can with what I've got. So I'm here, and what I want to do is show you something positive that they are doing, and they have been doing for a number of years, and then I'm going to tell you how I'm going to try to make this be as good as it can be with what I've got. So long term, show them how it works in my garden, and short term, try to deal with this the best I can with what we've got. So let me say a few positive things. They've got a very diverse set of plants here in their garden, which is really nice. They have a bunch of currant bushes. They have some flowers. They have like a huge number of flowers. My mother-in-law is really good about planting tons of flowers and ornamental plants of all kinds. So that is actually really nice. There's lots of good bugs and bees and everything, pollinators that come through. And another important thing that they do is they compost, and I'm going to show you their compost pile next. Okay, so basically my father-in-law has set up this little compost area with some old reclaimed pallets, and just set them up on their sides, and he just puts all of their compost in the middle. And every spring he kind of takes apart the side of it, and he takes out the good black earthy compost from the bottom. And this isn't a huge area. You can see this is maybe 6.5 feet across, maybe 3 feet wide. So it's not like a huge thing. It's kind of tucked away in the back of their yard here. And I would recommend that everybody should have a compost pile. You really just take 4 of these pallets and just set it up, and within a year or two you're going to end up with really good compost like this. And you can see that this is just the finished product, but what you have is layers and layers and layers of the kind of unmulched, uncomposted materials. So there's everything in here, from like grass clippings to leaves to little branches and twigs, and all of our food waste goes in here. So from the kitchen, you've got your banana peels, your you know, cucumber and whatever, some rotten, you know, veggies that didn't get eaten in time or what have you, some potato peels, you know, whatever, anything that's left over just comes in here, and eventually that becomes this. And you know, this obviously depends on a lot of things. There's quite a few really good videos on YouTube about how to increase the efficiency of your compost making so that you can get to this stage a lot sooner. I would definitely, you know, recommend checking some of those out if you're interested or you don't know. But even if you're just kind of like want to be, you know, basic and just don't even know anything and just have it do its magic on its own, you just literally dump it in a pile, you wait, and eventually it becomes soil like this. And I mean, you can see that this is really rich, really good. And you know, you got like the worm castings in here because there's like a ton of, you know, bugs and worms and what have you that kind of lives in this. So just you know, every spring, you know, my father-in-law opens up the side here and then just digs out a bunch of this and spreads it in the garden. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And this is what I meant to say, that, you know, I'm going to work with what I've got. So I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to put it in and work it into the soil that I've just shown you guys for the bed that I've dug out. And you know, short term, this is a good solution for them right now because you know, I don't have a time machine. I can't like make things go faster. And you know, for now, this should work great. I'll mix this in together with the soil, and then we'll just try to water it more often, and we'll get some vegetables growing out of there. You know, but long term, you know, what I really want to do is to be able to convince them using my garden to show them like, look, you know, you can do this other method, use less work, and have better results. Or even if not better, but the same results, but with less work, which is equals better results. So yeah, just, you know, I wanted to share that with you guys, and, you know, I'll do regular updates on this to let you know how it turns out. And then, you know, just on a final note to finish the video, you know, this goes right in line with all the stuff that I've been saying in recent videos about things related to health, how, you know, I tell people, listen, if you don't want to believe, you know, me, you don't want to believe a doctor, you want to believe a documentary or a book, you don't have to. You can just go and do your own research. Get you know, a blood test meter for home and check your own cholesterol levels. See who's telling the truth. You don't have to believe people. You can just kind of go out and see for yourself and do it yourself. Sometimes I think, you know, for some people, that's really the only way. You can't convince them with words. You have to convince them by proof that they can see and touch and feel. So that's kind of, you know, the message here. Same thing with all the stuff I've been sharing with you guys. You know, don't believe me, start your own garden. Start doing this stuff at home, grow your own food, and see how much, you know, it is, how much easier it is to grow vegetables than it is to keep animals, and see how much cheaper it is. And yeah, just, you know, it's more rewarding, so you don't have to kill anything. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you're not signed up yet. Thanks a lot for everybody who is, and I'll see you next time. Bye.